They never told us that Jesus is sweet. They never told us his Father. They never told, I never heard that he was looking for us. Never heard that he loved us.
Smoking, snorting, and drinking was his lifestyle. But Lawrence wasn't always a street boy. He grew up in a religious home.
As a child, I served Mass in the Catholic Church. In the university, I did cults. I did cult in the university.
Leading underground, violent campus fraternities prepared Lawrence for the kind of lifestyle he chose to live after school. And the streets of Lagos were his home turf.
I did what they call runs in the streets. Runs in the street is, I did all sorts. I sold drugs, bring in drugs, send it to Europe, recycle your money by doing importation. We had warehouses in Lagos. I was a bad boy.
Lawrence did not want anything to do with God because he believed life was good. But he knew there was something missing in his life, something that money, drugs, and women could not satisfy. Then Lawrence had an encounter that he will never forget.
I was in a relationship, and the young lady would tell me, you're not supposed to be in the streets. So why don't you go to church? To get her off my back, I decided to go to church one day. So I didn't know what church to attend. So a friend of mine met me and asked me where I was going to. And I said, I'm looking for a church to worship in. So he says to me, there's this church close by. I think you should try it out. So I walked into the church, World Evangelism Bible Church. And Prophet Samson Ayoride was preaching. And as I stepped in, he called me out and said to me, what are you doing on the streets? God has been calling you. And I said, well, I've not heard him. Because of the presence of God was in the church, I went back home convicted.
Lawrence went back to church the next Sunday and gave his life to the Lord. That was the turning point in his life.
And since then, I've not looked back.
Lawrence gave up his illegal business and dedicated his life to serving God. He then discovered a new life that he never thought existed.
I wish they had told me how sweet Jesus is. Nobody told me. I was afraid of God, and I didn't like God too. I didn't like the church, rather. I didn't want to associate with them. They never told us that Jesus is sweet. They never told us his Father. I never heard that he was looking for us. I never heard that he loved us. I never heard that he cared for us. I never heard that he was passionate about us. They never told us. They only preached about things and not about God.
You will not be overcoming and say and sing, I have overcome.
Lawrence went into ministry and founded Grace Consulate in Calabar, south of Nigeria. It's a ministry that focuses on mentoring young people.
They're not thinking of dying. They're not thinking of rapture. They are thinking, how can I conquer? How can I be great, as it were? How can I possess what I'm possessed with? So it's, without them, every nation crumbles. And it's unfortunate that we pay less emphasis on them. We should cast our pearls on them. Because without them, a nation is lost, even the church.
When Jesus was born,
Going from a street boy dealing drugs to a pastor and mentor, Lawrence says only Jesus can change a person's life.
as he was born,
Run. Run to Jesus. Just run. Don't wait. Run. Just run like mad, like crazy. Run. Nobody can understand you like He. Nobody can understand, nobody can help you like Jesus. Nobody can put your life together. I'm not saying there are no challenges. I'm not saying that there are no mountains or valleys to overcome. But at least you would have someone who is your companion, who is your friend, who would help you. He wants to help us. He thinks more for us than we think about ourselves. He knows what we need. He's the only one that has love inherent in him because that's who he is. You're certain that if you dream, the dream will come to pass. You're certain that your life will be a life of beauty. Jesus does more than that. He's everything.